This is a live test. This is a live test. This is a live test. Yes. All right. Yes. 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 Test. Yes. All right, guys. Welcome to day 2 of this. Oh, I don't even know what the hell I'm showing. Okay. All right, guys. Welcome. 3, 2. All right, guys. Welcome to day 2 of me podcasting every day for as long as I can. This show, thanks to my friend Miguel, is called Erick's Rants. Because, I'm a ranter. I rant about everything. I'm always mad. Even when I'm happy, I always find something to rant about. Today, I was trying to find topics to talk about that are trending, and I really couldn't find anything because I was on Twitter, and basically, it was mostly talking about just like the NFL and like some sports teams. And I'm not really into. I mean, I like sports, I like watching it, but I'm not a fanatic, and I don't know enough to just go and start talking about sports like I know something. The rest were all politics and the current health situation of the world, which these are topics that I am passionate about, but I'm not going to talk about on this show because I want the show to be monetizable and I want the show to be promoted by YouTube and Google because I do not want them to shut me down based on the topics that I talk about. So I'm going to keep this worldly. I'm going to keep this as much as they want me to be, like, advertiser friendly. This is the show for them, Erick's Rants. And I'll try to never cuss. And if I do cuss, I'm sorry, but I'm going to try really hard not to because I want to get the money. Because, who wouldn't want to make money off just speaking? Rather, let's get into today's episode. Today's episode is entitled, can I pull it up? Boom. It's the Tinder episode. Wait, is it not showing? It's not showing. Is it showing? Oh, hold up, baby. We have some technical difficulties up in this. There you go. It should show now. Hold up. Sorry about that, guys. This is the live program, so I mess up a lot. But the good thing is that people don't really watch. So when I go and I edit it, then people are gonna watch these segments. So today's episode, we're gonna talk about Tinder, and basically, this is a subject that I've always wanted to talk about, and I feel like it's the funniest things when I talk about this because I do have a lot of stories when it comes to online dating. However, I don't always want to talk about them because I don't want to expose myself and my fraudulent behaviors that I do. JK. The thing I want to talk about are these scams. How many of you guys have ever been on Tinder and gotten scammed? Like, not necessarily like the full, like they take your money, but like you match with the girl and you think it's gonna be it, and then next thing you know, they're asking you to, please verify your account, baby, because I'm only here for a short time and I need verification because if not, we can't hang out. And you end up going to a site, and it's a sketchy ass site where they ask you to create an account and they ask for your credit card number and your social security number. And you're like, what? You just feel so mad, bro. Like when that happens, or like how about when like there's like you match with someone and like it's like an Instagram model that like that you follow on like Instagram, and you're like, bro, there's no way I matched with this girl, and like it has like a different name. I remember once, my friend, should I say the name? I guess because she's never gonna watch this. My friend Alexis, I'm gonna dox her. Her username is Shalexis, and we were friends in college. And I remember she was telling me how her and another guy, her and another guy, the girl. I don't know if she pretended to be another girl or if she pretended to be another girl, and they were matching with guys and they were telling them to meet them in the library in a certain like study room. But they would be in the library and they would observe the person, the hopeless romantic go and try to meet up with this girl in the study room, just like to meet up for like friends or whatever, but like, or maybe even more. But it's just, damn, man, you telling me this girl and her friend made a fake profile and told guys to come meet up with this fake entity in the library at the university, and they would just like look to see like they would get a kick out of the guy trying to look for the girl or being all mad once he found out that there was no one there, or like they would tell him to go into a room and like it would be like a random person in there. Like that's kind of harsh. Sometimes, I saw a video once. I didn't see it, but I saw a thumbnail and it was talking about how like do girls realize the disadvantages that guys have when it comes to online dating? And to me, honestly, like I participate in online dating, and I sometimes I get mad, and just not mad at the people, or not mad that I'm not getting results, but just like thinking like, man, why is this the way that I meet like people that I like? Why is this the way that I'm meeting people? Like, why can't I just go out to bars and clubs and or just through a social circle? Like ideally, if you're the way it's supposed to be, right? If you're cool enough, it's supposed to be that you just the girls in your social circle, like you're not even trying, and you meet someone, and it's like a Hollywood movie, and then you get in a relationship or whatever, right? Like that does not happen. We gotta stop lying to ourselves, bro. Like it's never gonna be that the guy's gonna be hanging out, just having fun, and then the girls are just gonna come because of a friend of a friend of a friend, and next thing you know, you're gonna end up with someone like that. That's not how it's gonna happen for most people, right? Like maybe if you're an attractive guy and you're like the leader of the circle, like you're like the alpha male, or you don't even have to be the alpha male, but maybe it's like your birthday or something, or like they're celebrating you at a party, or everyone turns up when you arrive, and then the girls are like, oh, who's that guy? Who's that guy over there? I like his shoes. They're clean. Look, he has white shoes. They're Nike and they're clean. Oh my God. I gotta go talk to him. Hey, go talk. Do you know him? Does he live here? Go talk to him. Yeah, I hope he asked for my Snapchat. Oh my God, he asked for my Snapchat. Bro, like, no, that doesn't happen, man. You know? Guys have to actually try and go out of their way to get a girl. It's like part of nature, you know. You look at animals. There's always like the male animal is always like her trying to hunt down the female, and then the female like she's like, you can't catch me, and then she falls down, and then like he catches her. Like it's kind of like that for us in the 21st century. Like I'm from Mexico, and in Mexico they have plazas, and they literally have plazas and parks which are known like the people of that town or the city, like, oh, fue a la plaza de las novias or whatever. It's like you go dressed up all nice, you clean your truck, you clean your car, you wear your nice shoes, and you walk around and you see the single girls and you ask them, hey, you want to go out with me? This is my truck. Like that's the way it used to be, bro. Like, can you believe that in other cultures it's so different compared to us, where we're using apps on our phone and our profiles and our pictures. And see, the crazy thing is that most guys aren't, unless they're into photography, they don't take pictures of themselves. And even if they're into photography, they're more into like landscapes and buildings and artistic things, or taking pictures of other people. It's like me. I was not the best photographer at all. Like I wouldn't call myself a photographer. I wouldn't call myself a someone who's like very into photography. But because of these videos that I do, I've searched into cameras, and then because of my job, I have to take pictures, and I actually like to learn what the hell I'm doing when it comes to like aperture, and when it comes to like the white balance, and when it comes to things like the F values and all that. Like I like learning that. So I learned about pictures, and I learned to take better pictures. And anytime I have my friends over, I take their pictures, and I'll be proud of the pictures that I take, but it's like the curse. The guy who takes the pictures doesn't have good pictures of themselves because his friends don't know how to take pictures with the camera. And even if they do, they get frustrated. So, yeah. So the point that I want to get to across is that these social online dating apps, it's all about the value that you convey from the start, like your pictures. It's all about that, and the little being funny or being like kind of mysterious in the bio, right? If you don't have any of that, you're done. You're not gonna get any matches. Okay? Even if you get the boost, even if you get the 30-minute boost or the super boost, you're not gonna get any matches if you don't have any pictures, any good quality pictures. And it's a thing that most people, I guess most guys, they don't even have a lit Instagram page, Like it's such a fantasy. You have rappers, and you have social media influencers, and you have movie stars, or maybe people from like Netflix shows, and their Instagram is popping, bro. They're traveling. There's some blue ass water. They're like on a yacht. They're at a beach. They're like at London. Next thing you know, they're in South Africa, or they're traveling. They're all over the place, and people are like, man, this guy looks cool. Like I want to be like that. And I guess what happens is like average people, they see those photos and they think, oh, what do I need to do to take these pictures? Some of them might even look into what type of camera they use to take that kind of the blurry background, that bokeh. That's what it's called. Like when you take a photo and it has a blurry background, it's called bokeh, which was kind of hard to do because you had to get an expensive lens and you have to get like a DSLR. Now people use mirrorless cameras. But now it doesn't even matter because people are using the iPhones, and the iPhones have that really cool feature where like it makes a background blurry. So now most pictures like that are pretty cool anyways. But the thing is, what is a guy gonna do? Like, is he gonna ask his friends, "Hey, man, let's go out and let's go out dress nice and take some pictures at like I don't know the Pearl or like at the Japanese Tea Garden," and then I'll put them on like Instagram and I'll like the best one I'll put for Tinder, whatever. It's like, bro, guys are not gonna help you do that. They're gonna be like, "Man, you don't need to take no pictures, bro. You can't get girls. Come on, man." Maybe some guys will. Maybe now like they're starting to like know that this is how most people are gonna meet people and that they actually have to put that effort into it. But even then, once you actually get to the place that you want to take pictures, then it's like, oh crap, now I have to learn how to pose. And you're kind of like trying to do like some poses, and you're like, wait, like I feel uncomfortable. There's people walking around. We're like at a public place, and the guy who's trying to take pictures like, oh man, how do you change the brightness of this camera? Like, why is it like so dark? Why is it too bright? And you end up with pictures that aren't the best. And even then, there might be someone like me who's like, all right, if we're going to go take pictures for like social media or if we're going to take pictures for like a dating app, let's bring 3 different outfits. Let's go to different locations. You guys have the camera settings like this. Let's look at these photos that are already on Instagram from famous people who have clout, and let's try to replicate these photos. You have people like that, like me, who want to do that. And there's going to be people who are going to be like, hell no, bro. I'm not going to put all that effort in. You're going to put all that effort, copy photos, change your wardrobe just to get like people to match on you on Tinder? What are you, like a loser? Oh, look at that. But see, that's the difference. If you really want to be successful in online dating, you have to put in the effort. The effort is in the photos more than it is in the bio, right? Like, how many times do you swipe right on a girl and you don't even read her bio, like, or swipe left? Like that happens a lot for guys. For girls, they say they pay more attention into like what's actually in the bio. But bro, if you're ugly, they're not gonna f with it. They're gonna swipe left. And I've seen enough videos and enough like I don't know reading on like dating girls or like pickup and all that, and they say that like girls are more about the emotions that you make them feel or the thing instead of mostly like physically, they kind of let the physical attractiveness slide if the personality is there. With the guys, it's kind of different. It's like first you have to be attractive, and then the personality comes next. And it's like a very bonus if you're attractive and you have a really good personality, then you get along. Like that's how guys think. With girls, it's like they can let the attractiveness slide if he has a cool enough personality. So how the hell are you going to show that through a social media app, like so through a dating app? You can't show your personality unless you really try with your photos. I guess you could have someone walking around taking photos of you. Like the point when it comes to these photos is to make it seem natural. Like make it seem like you didn't try. Make it seem like you didn't plan to wear this certain outfit at this certain place at this certain time of day with these certain people behind you. It had to seem natural. It had to seem like people were just taking still shots of your life. Like if your life is a movie and you're at a club or you're out working out or you're out like in a business attire, and then someone just like takes a screenshot of the frame and puts it on Tinder, and then the girl sees it like, oh, look at this guy. He's business. Oh, he's also party. Oh, he's also has a bunch of friends who are girls. So that means he's not a creep. That is what we have to try to convey through the 6 or 7, 8. I don't know how many photos you can put on the app. I forget. But it's hard because guys are by themselves, bro. Like their friends are not really going to help them achieve those photographs. And that's really all that matters when it comes to online game. So it's a bit frustrating. Sometimes I think like, man, should I just hire a photographer? Like, should I spend the $100 to actually go get someone to take photos of me just so I could put them on an app and see if I can match with someone? And then you just start to think, do I really want to put that much effort into something so superficial? It's like, why does it have to be like that? Why can't I just meet people through my social circle? Like, why can't it be natural? But the way society is built currently, it's not like that. Especially now, I mean, with the current health situation, there is no way you're going to be able to just go out and meet people. Like, it's going to be tough. Like, okay, here in Texas, there's bars are open, clubs are open, but even then, people are super, like, it's very controversial. Like, oh, you're going out. Oh, you could get sick. You can get your grandma sick, your mom sick. Like, what about your work? Don't tell anyone that you're going out. And I know somewhere in this world, like, I know, like, think about it. You might think, oh, in my state, people aren't going out and they're not having parties and they're not meeting people. So I have no chances of meeting someone special this year. So I just got to focus on other things. Bro, BS. Somewhere in your city, there's someone who has clout, who has money, who has cars, who's hanging out with all these different girls at different parties in private like locations. It happens, right? Sometimes you think like, how do I get this mentality, this positivity, these dreams, these visions that I have, these desires, and how do I make them into a reality? And then the way you do that is you actually have to put in the effort, put in the research. You have to hit the gym. You have to learn what fashion is. You have to learn how to take good photos. You got to actually go out there and talk to people and meet people. It's like a challenge for guys. Like a lot of it is trying to, a lot of successful people say that you have to embrace the awkwardness. You have to embrace the challenges. If it's making you uncomfortable, then you're growing. And I mean, I feel like that applies for a lot of people, for both guys and girls, and in a lot of aspects of life. But when it comes to dating or meeting a girl that you might find attractive, is usually guys are the ones that have to go through the awkwardness. Like maybe the girl can go through the awkwardness of like, oh my god, yeah, he's kind of cute and he's talking to me in public. Oh, like, but that's not like that's childish awkwardness. That's not like going to the battleground. Like you ever seen a girl and like you're like, oh, I want to go talk to her. Oh, what do I do? It's like, wait, hold on. Okay, I'm gonna go. Okay, she's gonna go over there at the corner. All right, I'm gonna go over there. And what is she looking at? Clothes? Okay, I'm gonna ask her this. All right, I'm gonna go. Oh, no, hold on. No, I think she saw me. No, she saw me. It's gonna be weird if I go up there. Oh man, maybe I should just look around. No, if only I've had like bigger biceps. If only I was taller. If only like I could lose this weight. Man, if only I could mine. If only I could get like nose surgery. Like if only I could like fix my nose. Oh, my ojeras. Like there's so many excuses. It feels like you're going into a death battle to go up to a girl to ask it. And what do you even say, bro? Like, do you just go up to her? Do you tell her straight up that she's attractive? Do you find her attractive? Like, do you try to make conversation? It's crazy how these things that are supposed to be natural, like biologically natural, like just things that are supposed to be embedded in us, that our society hasn't made it to where we don't know what we're supposed to say. We just feel an emotion and we're trying to execute the action of meeting the person, but we don't even know what to do. And it's weird how there have even been like whole companies like RSD or like Todd V or like this whole like pickup community that just emphasize on how to learn how to pick up girls. And it's like if people were to find out that you or I or anyone has ever like looked at those kind of videos, they're gonna call you like a creep. They're gonna call you like crazy. They're gonna be like, yo, you're like a loser, bro. Like you don't know how to get girls. Like what's going on? It's just natural. But our society is so twisted that we actually have to go and learn something that's supposed to be natural. And we have that going on. At the same time, like if you think about it, these online dating sites, like first of all, there's algorithms. Just like there's a YouTube algorithm, just like there's a Twitter algorithm, just like there's like an Instagram algorithm, TikTok algorithm. These dating apps have algorithms, and it kind of sucks because if your profile is not good from the start, you might as well delete it and create a new profile because the way it's gonna work is if you have your profile and a girl sees it and she swipes left, then Tinder or Bumble or Hinge is gonna be like, oh, okay, that's a negative point. And then another girl swipes left, another negative point, and you're gonna start going down to where your profile, according to that dating app, is not gonna have any value, and they're not gonna want to show you to hotter girls or to girls that you might find attractive, and you might not get any matches, and you might feel frustrated because you put in the effort, or at least the minimum effort, or at least just downloading the app and finding pictures that you can find that you have on your phone, the ones that maybe you have on your laptop, the ones that maybe your friends took at the party 2 years ago, and you put all those pictures in, and then you don't even know what to write, and you write something, and you're like, okay, I got it. Now I just got to do is wait. And you're looking at these profiles of these attractive girls because they put the most attractive girls front. Like it's an algorithm. They're gonna get the girls that get the most likes, not the most matches, because girls don't always match. They're gonna get the girls that have the most likes, and they're gonna show you them first. So you're like, oh my god, these girls are attractive here. Like if I keep swiping, I'll finally get to one. And you keep swiping, and you don't get anything. and you get super frustrated and you get sad and you feel like you're an ugly person. You feel like you were never meant to find anyone. You feel like you were never meant to be in a relationship. And it's kind of messed up because if you think about it, let's say you're someone who is ready to start dating and you do a dating app and you don't get results. You might think that that's you who won't get results in life. You might think that if I can't get these girls through these profiles, through these pictures, this girl that I'm seeing here, if this girl was in front of me, like physically in front of me, she wouldn't like me because she didn't swipe right on me because I didn't match with her. Where a lot of times it could be that the girls they choose to show you are girls who downloaded the app and then deleted the app, but they kept the profile there just to keep other guys hooked because they know they're attractive. And it might even lower your own personal self esteem. So it's just like a really interesting whole idea how this is how most people meet these days. And on top of that, then there's scams. And I'm pretty sure if you're a guy and you have downloaded a social media app, a dating app, you've gotten into those scams. It's like the ones where you match with the girl and you find her attractive, and she's like, "I'm only here for a short time, and I need you to verify yourself because if you can't verify yourself, it's okay, baby. Like I don't want you." Like, and then you go to these sketchy ass like borderline pornographic websites and you're like, bro, what am I doing here? And then they want you to like fill out some personal information like your social security. Like, bro, that sucks, man. That is horrible that's what we have to go through. And then also the ones where it's like you go on and it's like a girl from like Instagram or like from like a low key like social media influencer, and you know who that person is and you know that person by name, and they have a different name and their photos are like way too professional. And even then, some people like now with the whole like OnlyFans bullshit, like some people just go in there to promote their OnlyFans, and then it's like just total like it's just messed up for you. So I found here this article. It says top Tinder scams to look out for. So I'm just gonna go ahead and read this because as I read, I feel like I get to breathe because I've been talking for like 20 minutes. Top 5 Tinder scams to look out for. Tinder scams occur more often than you think. Take these steps to secure your digital safety while engaging online. All right? You'll think Tinder's biggest audience would be hopeless romantics, but you might be right. But there's another audience out there in cyberspace that is all in on your location-based mobile dating apps too. Scammers and fraudsters. I have dyslexia, and I'm gonna say that might even be my like slogan, that I have dyslexia. Like that even might be the thing, like my shirts, my merchandise, because I do. And this is like me reading out loud, so it's gonna like make people upset. But what can you do? It's a disability, so give me my reparations. Make no mistake, Tinder scammers stemming from fraudulent activity are the real deal, and the risk of a Tinder member walking away with compromised identity instead of a date at the local bistro Saturday night are very real. All right, I want to ask you guys a question right now. When you finally do get the online dating date, what is the date that you do? Like, what is the strategy? Like, where do you take the girl? Like, for me, I usually ask, like, you want to get drinks or you want to get coffee? And then from there, I like to go walk around. Like, I don't like sitting down. I can sit down maybe, like, after a couple, like, drinks. Like, if, I feel the vibe. But, like, I need to walk around. I'm a tall person, and I need to move around. Like, if you can put down in the comments, if anyone's even watching, what is your, like, strategy? Like, what's your goal plan? Like, what's your, like, default date? Because there always is default dates. I know also a lot of people like hiking. A lot of people like going on hikes. A lot of girls they like going on hikes, and they like photos of them on mountains and like little hills. But to me, like, I'm down to go to a hike. But I always feel like if a girl's willing to go on a hike with you the first time you meet them, like, you gotta tell that girl, like, when you meet her, like, after she's cool with you, you gotta be like, hey man, like, you just went on a hike with a stranger in the wilderness. You be careful, bro, because, like, for real, you're gonna go on a hike with a random person you met on the internet? With a guy? You know how weird guys are? Do you know what the incel community is? You know what a simp is? These exist. And you're gonna take your chances with this guy who's on a dating app you never met? which is a good tip. This one is good. This one works. When a girl likes you and you move on to a different platform, whether it be Instagram, whether it be Snapchat, or like now that I have an iPhone, because I was an Android guy for a long time and I like Android, but I'm done with like not being able to like FaceTime or send messages. Like FaceTime, bro, do like some video calling, bro. It's so much easier, even if it's just phone call, even if it's just like a voice message. Like go from texting to voice messaging at the very least, because one, it builds rapport between you and the person. You might end up knowing, because the thing is, you realize if you like the person or if you don't like the person. One thing is talking to someone's profile pictures that they took. Maybe even the girls even planned to take them. They chose the. Think about it this way: girls, excuse my French. Girls take thousands of photos. Some of them, a lot of them take thousands of photos on their phones. Right? They have it on their iCloud. They have it on their computer. They show you these photos, and then like sometimes like you're like, whoa, why didn't you even post that? Why did you not post that photo where you look super attractive in that photo, but the one in your profile is not as attractive as the one you have hidden in your camera roll? They have tons of photos, and they're choosing the best ones, and they're choosing the best ones to put on their dating app because they want to attract the best guys. These photos could be months old. These photos could be week old. These photos could be photos that they took like 5 or 50 photos and they got the one with the best angle that makes them look so attractive. Whenever you have the chance and you're moving on to like getting information, like contact information, always FaceTime. Like FaceTime, bro. You get to know how the person is. You get to know their personality. You go from 2D one-dimensional images. I just said 2D one-dimensional images to like something that's more 3D, like video. And then you avoid a date that you might not like. And like I think it will help. If you like the person, it will help y'all build the glue of the rapport. And then if you don't like the person, it will help you realize that you don't like that person. And another thing too, which is true. Look, just because you're messaging someone on these apps doesn't mean that you have to go look at their profile pictures all the time. Like maybe sometimes you go through the profile to see like, hey, what do I talk about in this conversation? It's kind of dying. It's too early for me to ask this girl like for Instagram or on a date. Like, what do I do? Like I need someone to talk. Don't go through their profile like 20, 50 times. The idea is not going to come in there and just keep staring at the photo, bro. Like it's going to mess you up, because what if that girl unmatches you? What if that girl like just doesn't ghost you? What if like you meet the girl and you hang out with her and you're like, I don't really like her, and then you realize that you lost this time where you just kept looking at her photos? Don't do that. Sometimes I think like you're better just using your imagination and text messaging without looking at the photos. Like I think it's the best thing to do. And when you have the opportunity, again, go straight to video. Video calling, like you get to know the person straight off, like what they are. It helps. It even like I don't know. See, sometimes it's like I gone up to girls and I gone on to like start conversation and be flirtatious and all that. But I feel like sometimes when in times of scarcity, in times where you're like, man, I don't have anyone blowing up my phone, like I don't have anyone to talk to, and you kind of get sad. Which, first of all, you shouldn't get sad if you don't have someone you're not talking to, right? That's where God comes in. That's where your goals come in. That's when, like, if you have God, if you have goals, if you have ambition, but mostly God, you don't need anything else. So this sadness that comes when you're not talking to anyone is something I need to fix internal. But I do understand that that we live in a materialistic world, and that even though like we're not supposed to be superficial, people are superficial. So I understand when you feel empty because you don't have someone to talk to. You go on these dating apps, you download all 3 of them, and then you try to update your photos, or you try to swipe, and you might even end up, because of scarcity, going on a date with someone who you're not attractive to, just because you want to go talk to someone. Because we're meant to be in community. We're meant to be social. We're social beings. Sometimes you're not matching with anyone because they're algorithms, remember? So it's not your turn to match, which is why I don't like these dating apps. And you might feel that just because you're not getting any activity, just because you're not matching with someone, that you don't know how to talk to girls. A lot of times it's happened where like I'm not matching with anyone, and then my friends are like, hey, let's go out. And I'm like, man, I don't want to go out. Like, I ain't got no game on ugly guy. And then I go out and I see girls in person, and like my personality comes out, and like I talk, and it's like a good night. It's a good time. So just because you're looking at this girl on your phone and you're messaging them and you look at the photo again and again and again and again, and she ghosts you, or she just like stopped messaging you, or she took you off. Who's to say that if you met that girl in person, that she wouldn't like fall in love with you? Like, one thing is a text message. One thing is a personality. One thing is physically there. One thing is like touch. One thing is like walking around with a person, or like a conversation that comes just from like actual person being there, like the way it's supposed to be. That's why you shouldn't spend too much time looking at their profiles. That's why you should try to go into element. Use technology for your advantage. We live in the 21st century. Everyone's gonna have an iPhone, or at least a phone that can do video call. Go straight into that topic, bro. Go straight into the video call. Get to know the person for real, not this stupid ass text message. So, top 5 most persuasive Tinder scams. That's unfortunate. I'm reading right now. That's unfortunate, as nobody should go online looking for a romantic partner and walk away from the experience with their identity compromised, or as a victim of financial fraud or theft. The good news is that Tinder scammers, whether they're purporting to be someone they're not in order to steal money from the user, or their identity theft artists look from personal data, do come with red flags that warn Tinder users to log off and walk away. Let's examine the most common schemes perpetrated. See, I know how to pronounce this word, but because I'm on camera and have so many things in my head, I can't pronounce it. Perpetrated by fraud artists on Tinder, and examine some ways users can protect themselves while engaging with strangers online on a regular basis. The catfish. I'm not even going to go over that one. That's video calling, boom, beats it. Catfish, bye. The malware scam. What? Malware? We're talking about like antivirus and viruses? All right. Malware is a common threat online, especially on dating sites. On Tinder, for example, a match may have had several exchanges with you and wind up offering you more information on their personal webpage, or even fake Facebook, FB, get report, or Instagram posts. These pages these pages aren't legitimate. However, instead, you're being steered to a web page chock full of malware and spam that can lead to scammers making off with your valuable personal data, and once again lead directly to identity theft and financial fraud. Be particularly careful if a Tinder match asks you to meet up or visit another site, especially if the request seems fishy in the first place. There are a decent chance that you're being set up for fraud. Number 3, the photo scam. Similar to the scams listed above, the tactic appeals to the emotional side. I'll read again because I'm Erick. Photo scam. Similar to the scams listed above, the tactic appeals to the emotional side of Tinder user. He, and it usually is he, is physically attracted to a woman's profile on Tinder and is amended to sending her contact in exchange for more racier photos of the scammer. The Tinder user could regret that move, as the Tinder profile could really be someone fishing for personal data, or even a fraudulent bot operation that leverages emotional and excitement through the offer of more revealing photos to gain access to the site's users' personal data, which they can use to commit financial fraud. If you're in Tinder and you're offered more photos from a profile engaged in exchange for personal data, especially critical data like social security or credit card numbers, pull the plug. It's likely a scam and the other end of the engagement. The fourth, the code verification scam. Often Tinder scammers have nothing to do with individuals, real or bot threat, by connecting with the user on the site. All right, so basically the two other scams, because I'm done reading, is they're gonna ask you to verify your account on an external website, or they're gonna ask you for nudes, and then when you send the nudes, they're gonna be like, "Haha, I'm a guy and I have your nudes now. So you know what? You give me money, or I'll expose your nudes to the world. Your pee-pee will be shown to your whole family, your mom, your sister, your dog, your brother, your cousin will all see your tiny pee-pee. You should get Manscaped, and you should shave it off, but you know what? You effed up, and you send it to me, and now I have your information, so please give me money." Which is why you go on Google Images, and you crop a photo, and you send that one instead. What do you guys think? Anyone watching today? What do you think is your strategy for being on social media, on dating apps? You have any tips? You have any ideas that you want me to go through as I'm talking about these things? Give me any video ideas below, and I'll make sure to talk about them. This has been Erick's Rants, episode 2. So day 2. Let's see how far I can go. I love that I got 3 likes. I don't know if I'm going to get 3 likes tomorrow. I don't know if it was a topic. I don't know if people are subscribed. I don't know if more things are going to come up. But today was a good day. Even though I didn't speak as much as I could, or explicitly as I could, because I live with my parents, because I'm 25, and I'm doing this hopefully to make an income. I do have a job, but I want enough money to be independent, not so that I can do things that I shouldn't do. Just, I'm 25, man. I need to have my own things, you know what I'm saying? In my own place, my own room where I can scream and talk whatever I want. So thank you guys for watching. This has been Erick's Rants, episode 2, day 2, titled Tinder Scammers and Funny Conversation. Oh, I didn't even, hold the hell up. I didn't even talk about the funny ass conversation. All right. This is a funny conversation. All right, look at this one. So this guy sends this girl a message. I think I might have a cure for singleness on Monday, bro. No, he sent that on Sunday. Then on Monday, he's like, you should try Tinder. Boom. And then later on Monday, I hear the guys on there suck though. And then on Thursday, they're like super persistent and won't let something hopeless go. And then on Friday, it's like they don't even understand how pointless it is to keep pushing and pushing. So unappealing, you know? And the girl laughed and she said, you're cute. Now, this conversation, does that mean this conversation goes on and they go on a date and they date? Hell no. That girl could have literally said, haha, you're cute. Boom. That's it. And it happened before. You know what I mean? Haha, you're cute. Boom. Ghosted. That's all you get. Ha ha ha. You get you're cute. Ha ha ha. How you build your self-esteem. You know, that's all that it ends up. But for the sake of this meme of our imaginations, let our imaginations flourish. And let's think that this guy got to date that girl. Let's think that was a screenshot that ended there. And in reality, it continued on and on and on. So try it. Next time a girl's ghosting you, try like a little like, doom, 1 day, doom, 2 days, 3 days, talking about how guys are weird and they're being persistent. And hopefully the girl will be like, ha ha ha, you funny. You want to go on date? And I don't know what that accent is. I don't know if it's racist. I'm Mexican. I was born in Mexico, so I can't be racist, right? Okay, so thank you guys for watching before I get canceled in the second episode. This has been Erick's Rants. Erick's Rants. Erick's Rants. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys hopefully tomorrow. Bye. Yeah.